know you've talked about controlling what you can control this year. You can control whether you get third place or not now.
Yeah, exactly right. It's all under our control. It's exactly how we want it. And we should be extremely excited about it. This is a great opportunity for us to take care of, finish our home conference season the way we need to, and then obviously there's a big prize at the end of this.
Do you guys like the idea of testing yourselves against one of the best teams, if not the best, in the conference right now on Thursday?
I think it's setting up absolutely perfect for us. If you look at it from a perspective, I mean, we basically get a practice game against the conference best. Because we're still going to get to play next week no matter what. So I think it's a great opportunity for us to play 2 championship-level games here on our home court. So I think it's great practice for us as we move into the conference tournament. I don't think it's set up any better for us.
How has Weaver looked different without Joel?
Well, they just played last weekend without him. I'm assuming they'll have him this weekend. Obviously not as good. You take a guy out of the lineup who's getting 17 and 13, and who's probably an NBA player, probably get drafted late first round, early second round. They're a different team, but they've got other really good players. The Braxton kid played real good versus Montana. Dusty Baker, the guy that kind of put in place of Ball and Boyd off the bench there at guard, where they played a little small, had 20 versus Montana. So they've got good players. They're 8 or 9 deep. They're the best team in our league. You look at all the stats. They're number 1 in field goal percentage defense, number 1 in three-point field goal percentage defense. They're the best team, and so it's it's a great opportunity for us to play against the conference best.
Can you maybe take some of how you guys regarding Venky and apply it, as you said, you anticipate Joe playing?
Different type of players. Vinky's more off the bounce, and Ball and Boyd is more on the block. The thing you worry about Joel is he's such a great rebounder. He's getting 4 offensive rebounds a game, and I mean, anytime you get those numbers that he's getting, 13 rebounds a game, that's a high-level rebounder. And so, I think he's probably leading the country, or first or second in the country, isn't he?
Up there.
Yeah, I would think, 13 a game. A little different player, but we've got to do a heck of a job on him, and we expect him to play.
Can you maybe live with him getting his regular numbers, but still, containing everyone else, similar maybe with Cameron Forte at Portland State? I know that.
Yeah, boy, I don't think you can with this group, because Singland's so good. I mean, Singland's getting 17 a game, and then they got some other guys. McKay Cannon's a real nice player. Giddens and Richardson's are both real nice players, and Kendall Hill, who come off the bench for him this year when Ball and Boyd's hurt, but started for him last year. He's a good player, so I think you got to do a really good job. If Ball and Boyd plays, we got to do a great job on him and limit what he's able to do.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward a little bit. Talk a little bit about the seniors that you'll be honoring on Saturday.
Well, these 3 seniors have been great vandals. You look at what they've done in the classroom. Paul Mapawa's already graduated. He's the thing I respect about Paulin is that no matter whether he was starting or whether he's not playing much, he's come to work every day. He's taken care of everything he needs to take care of. He's prepared himself well. He's had a great attitude no matter what the situation is, and that just shows what kind of class person he is. And Nashawn George, I thought in my years being here at Idaho, has improved as much as any player we've had. He's had some great moments for us this year. Overall, he's still leading us in rebounding. He's a big part of what we do. And, the thing I'd tell you about Nashawn is he had to take the extra year to graduate with his 2-year degree at Shoreline, and now he's going to get his 4-year degree in 2 years here. And he's only in 13 units right now. When he passes those classes, he'll graduate in the spring on time with a degree. So great accomplishment there for Nashawn. Chris already has his degree in business from San Diego and working on his organizational sciences, and what a great one-year player for us. Chris has done a great job of coming into our program, fitting in, being our glue guy, doing everything we ask. But the biggest impact he's had on our team is his leadership.
And with Chris, someone you tried to get before he ended up finally getting was more of a relief when you finally did land him here?
Yeah, it was a little bit. We're glad it worked out, and I don't know if relief's the right word. I maybe more excited because I knew what he was. I knew Chris's game. I knew what kind of person he was, and I knew how he's going to fit for us. And so I was happy that he decided to come and do this for us last year, and he's been great. He's been great in all aspects.
Kind of talk about how his role maybe evolved a little bit with him being a little bit more aggressive when you guys needed it with Vic and Trayon out.
Yeah, I thought he did a good job of that, and I think that just, I think if you look at Chris Sarbaugh's career, especially in high school, he'll do, and that's what I like about him, is he'll do whatever he has to do to win, but he's not selfish. Probably his best attribute is he's unselfish. He doesn't have to shoot it every time down the floor. He doesn't have to have the ball in his hands. He can play a number of different positions, and that's why he's so valuable to us.
Can we get a little bit of an injury update on Perryon and Ty? I know Perryon was kind of limping after that collision Saturday.
Yeah, they didn't. Neither one of them went through much of practice yesterday. Neither one of them looked very good. It's going to be day to day. They're both going to be out in practice gear today, but they will not go through a whole practice. I think Perryon, it's going to be a day to day, game to game thing, and we're working like crazy to manage his time on the court so we can get some time with him in the games. It's just a nasty injury, just the way it is. And so, it will not shock me if he does play. It won't shock me if he doesn't play this weekend, and I think it's going to be that way all the way until we get done playing this year. Ty is better, but not as far along as we thought. He was able to go about 30 minutes yesterday, and then it was severe limp, and it's not anything more than it's just not strong yet. He did a heck of a number on it. I'm hoping, but I'm not counting on we'll have some type of services from him this weekend, but time will tell on this one.
So a little bit more optimistic on Perryon playing time.
Yeah, if we don't have a setback. Like I said in the post game the other night, he had a good week of practice, and then Friday, starting practice, he lands wrong on it in a layup, and we have to shut him down. And we don't know that until he warms up at Eastern, if he's going to play or not. And I think we're going to have to deal with that from now on. If we don't have a setback, I think he'll play. But if he does have a setback, and the weird thing is I haven't had him in any live action. It's all, what we call skelly action, where there's no other defense out there. There's no defense out there. And he came down out wrong. So, from lack of just not him practicing at all, I think that's the only way we could guarantee that he'd be out there, but then he's not ready. And so we're in kind of a situation that there's just not a right answer. What we're going to try to do is limit his time, limit his minutes in practice, and try to do the same thing over the weekend, just because we want to give every possible chance we can for him to be as strong as he can be in the conference tournament.
Do you know the exact nature of the injury? I know throughout the weeks it's been just a foot injury. Do you know what exactly happened?
Yeah, it was a Liz Frank sprain of the midfoot, and it's just a nasty injury. It didn't need surgery, so that was a good thing. And now it's kind of the point where, he's not hurting it any worse, but he's got to play with quite a bit of pain. And what we're trying to do is do as much as we can, but limit his pain. And because, as we all know, pain's not a good thing. It just it's not just painful because it wants to be. It's painful because it's hurt. And so that's kind of what we're trying to manage right now. If that makes sense. I don't know if I made any sense there, but. Yep.
All right.
Good. All right, guys. Thank you. See you Thursday.